In the headlines, Bandits impose a 200 million naira levy on Zamfara communities. Kano High Court orders Bayero 4 others to stop parading themselves as emirs. And Meula-led assembly bars Fubara from spending government funds after 7-day ultimatum elapses. And on the foreign scene, Kenyan police say psychotic serial killer arrested after woman's remains found in dump. Welcome to News Updates on Trust TV. I am Lilian Ogazi. And now to the news. Bandits have imposed about 200 million naira levies in several communities in Zurumi local government area of Zamfara state. Reports said that most of the affected villages were located along Kaura, Namoda, Mokiri town in Zurumi local government area. The residents of the villages said they are under pressure to raise these funds within a specific period. Now, it was gathered that some villages have already paid the levies, while others are scrambling to gather the required amount. The affected villages and the levies are Nyangdol and Kaura, 15 million naira, Gidanzagi, 15 million naira, Kanwa, 20 million naira, Kaiwa Lamba, 26 million naira, Gidan Danzara, 22 million naira, Jankirawa, 16 million naira, Dumfawa, 16 million naira, Ruguje, 7 million naira, Babani, 3 million, and Gidanduwa, 4 million naira. Now, earlier in our news today, we spoke to Daily Trust Regional Editor Yishao Adamu, and he gives us an update on the development. Take a look.
Some of the residents have started gathering money to offset the levies imposed on those that have relations outside the state, like in states like Lagos, Port Harcourt, or Kano. They used to call them to contribute their own quota, so that together they can offset the levies. While those that don't have relations in such cities, they used to go to other places and work, get money, and gather them and pay the levy. This morning I went to the police commissioner's office and I saw him. I discussed the issue with him. For now, nobody has confronted them with this issue, even though he confirmed that in the past he has heard about the issue of imposing levies on residents. But for this particular one, he said he has not been informed by either the local authorities, traditional rulers, or his people that are there. So this is the situation virtually.
All right. So, how do have you been able to speak to some of the villagers? How do they feel about this? Being that you mentioned that most of them are going to borrow money from their relatives outside the states, how do they feel about all of this?
I spoke to two people in Zurimi. Unfortunately, one of them was not among the communities that were asked to pay the levy. But he confirmed to me that some of them have come to them seeking for help to give them some money so that they can pay. And he described their situation as pathetic because they don't even know where to go to solve their own problem. They were prevented from going farms to cultivate their farms, and now a levy was imposed on them. The situation is a terrible one to most of them.
All right. So far, is this the first time this is happening, or it has happened before? Because you sound like this is something that has been happening for a while among these communities.
Yeah, it has happened. It has happened before, but it's not as big as this one, because we are talking about 12 communities at a go. But in the past, you can only have 1 or 2 communities in a local government. But in this particular Zurmi, only 2 communities were not affected. Virtually all the rest share of levies from the bandits.
All right, initially you spoke about talking to the police earlier, so let's get back and revisit that conversation. Has any security agent or agency rather, or even the government, have they spoken about this and tried to proffer a solution so far?
No, none of them spoke about this. I asked the spokesperson of Operation Hadarin Daji yesterday. He said he was not aware of this information, of this development. And when I asked CP on phone yesterday, he also confirmed to me that he's not aware about this particular issue. So this morning to him, he said he heard about imposing levy on some communities, but this particular one, he is not aware of it.
All right, moving on from that now, kidnappers have reportedly abducted 5 residents in Yangoji in Kwali Area Council of the Federal Capital Territory, shooting a chieftain of the All Progressive Congress, Musa Majaga. A resident of Yangoji, simply identified as Abdullahi, said the incident happened on Monday around 12:23 a.m. when the kidnappers invaded the APC's chieftain's house. He said the kidnappers destroyed the burglary windows of Majaga's house, entered the room and shot him. They were said to have abducted 2 of his children. A vigilante member who spoke to our reporter during a visit to the area on Monday said the kidnappers took advantage of the lack of cartridges in vigilantes' guns to perpetrate the crime. He said the APC chieftain who was shot on the leg had been taken to a private hospital at Gwagwalada for treatment. The FCT Police Command is yet to issue a statement on the incident. A Kano State High Court has granted an order asking Aminu Ado Bayero and 4 other deposed emirs from parading themselves as emirs of Kano, Bichi, Rano, and Karaye and Gaya. The court, presided by Justice Amina Aliyu, granted the order on Monday. The court also ordered that the 5 deposed emirs should return all movable and immovable properties belonging to the Kano State government. The judge had on July 4th adjourned the matter to rule on application for extension of time, notice of preliminary objection, joint application, and application for the judge to recuse herself to July 18th. The All Progressive Congress APC Forum in the North Central has warned against plans by some groups and individuals to organize a nationwide protest against the administration of President Bola Tinubu. The forum said such decision would be counterproductive and harmful to the progress of the country at this moment and called on the organizers to have a rethink and retrace their steps. The forum's chairman, Saleh Mandung Zazaga, who addressed newsmen on Monday in Jos, the Plateau State capital, said those calling for the protest ought to observe the situation in the country and have a sound judgment before taking any decision. Zazaga said President Tinubu was trying his best to reposition the country on the path of growth, urging Nigerians to support him rather than distract the administration in the name of any protest. He said those calling for the protest were not doing so for the love and progress of the country, but for their own selfish reasons and to score cheap political points, adding that many of them were being sponsored by enemies of the country and the government. The Martin Ameule-led House of Assembly has shut down all expenditures of the River State Governor until Simlaye Fubara presents his budget before the House. This follows a 7-day ultimatum the lawmakers gave the governor to present his budget before the House. The leader of the House, Major Jack, raised the notion, informing the House about the expiration of the 7-day ultimatum given to the governor to present the 2024 budget before the House. After deliberation, the House voted to shut down the River State Consolidated Revenue Account, thus preventing Governor Fubara's administration from spending any money on behalf of the state. The National Assembly lobbied the Nigerian government to sign the Samoa Agreement. Premium Times reports. A letter from the National Assembly to the Minister of Budget and National Planning, Atiku Bagudu, dated May 9, 2024, urged the government to endorse the agreement and settle all outstanding obligations to the Organization of African, Caribbean, and Pacific States and European Union Joint Parliamentary Assembly. This contradicts claims by lawmakers that they were not involved in the agreement. The letter, signed by Mohammed Arugungu on behalf of the clerk to the National Assembly, Sen Tambuwal, shows that the National Assembly participated as observers and nominated a candidate for the Joint Parliamentary Assembly House. House spokesperson Akin Rotimi declined to comment, citing an ongoing House committee investigation. The Samoa Agreement, a legal framework between the EU and more than half of the 79 OACP's members, has sparked controversy in Nigeria. Daily Trust reported alleged LGBT rights clauses leading to public backlash. Despite denials, the House of Representatives, led by Deputy Minority Leader Aliyu Madaki, urged the government to suspend the agreement's implementation over the alleged clauses. Meanwhile, the National Media Complaints Commission, also known as the Ombudsman, has issued a formal request to Daily Trust for a response regarding the federal government's complaint about the newspaper report on the Samoa Agreement. Now moving on, amidst Nigeria's harsh economic conditions, religious and political leaders in Kaduna are urging the government to swiftly implement measures to aid citizens struggling to afford basic necessities. The clerics also cautioned against introducing policies that do not comprehensively address the nation's wide-ranging economic and political challenges. Trust TV's Bello Musa has more on the story.
Residents face an uphill battle affording basic foodstuffs as prices skyrocket, exacerbated by limited income to support their families.
Cost
of living is high. We, the poor people, are in difficult situation. We find it difficult to get food. It's difficult to get money now, and things are difficult. We are just managing life. We could buy one measure of rice before, but now we could only afford half or a quarter of a measure to feed our family.
The common man is suffering nowadays as food is beyond the reach of the poor in this country. Many people eat only 1 square meal a day. I am calling on the government to look into our plight because we voted for them and we are in a difficult situation with many youth without jobs. Stakeholders warn against violence as Nigerian youth prepare for a planned mass protest highlighting nationwide hardships. If there is proper arrangement and an orderly manner, it is good for people to come out and express their grievances, but in most cases, hoodlums may hijack the protest and cause chaos.
Always the purpose for which such calls are made are not adhered to. Social media, all what I'm been hearing and seeing for the call for this demonstration was not taken from an angle that will give us result. It is very aggressive. The call is too aggressive. So you can't expect anything good to come from the demonstration.
The controversial Samoa Agreement signed by the federal government remains a hot topic among religious clerics. Nigerians believe governments must show greater commitment to addressing the current challenges. Bello Musa, Trust TV News, Kaduna.
Now over to business. Nigeria's headline inflation rate has increased to 34.19% in the month of June. A report by the National Bureau of Statistics added that food inflation also increased to 40.87% on a year-on-year basis, which was 15.62 percentage points higher compared to 25.25% recorded in June 2023. According to NBS, the rise in food inflation was caused by increases in price of gari, guinea corn, bread, yam, groundnut oil, palm oil, amongst others. Food inflation was higher in June 2024 at 2.55%, which shows a 0.26 increase compared to the 2.28% recorded in May 2024. MBS report revealed that food inflation was highest in Bauchi at 43.95%, Kogi at 39.91%, and Oyo at 39.15%, while Borno 25.90%, Benue 27.52%, and Katsina 29.21% recorded the lowest and slowest rise in headline inflation on a year-on-year basis. This is news updates coming to you from Trust TV. Coming up, tech experts warn of dangers associated with crypto mining in Nigeria's amidst new trends. More news when we return this day.
Are you in search of a top-tier studio equipped with state-of-the-art gear for your next productions? Look no further than Trust TV. At Trust TV, we pride ourselves on offering a sizable studio space, furnished with cutting-edge equipment, perfect for podcasts, video productions, and audience-based shows. From professional cameras to advanced lighting setups, we've got everything you need to bring your vision to life. And the best part, our rates are affordable without compromising on quality. Ready to elevate your productions? Contact Aisha at 0803-646-3018 to book your studio at Trust TV today.
You are welcome back. If you just joined us, this is news updates coming to you from Trust TV. Let's take a look at our headline stories again. Bandits impose 200 million naira levy on Zamfara communities. Kano High Court orders Bayero and 4 others to stop parading themselves as emirs. Now moving on. Financial experts has warned Nigerians, especially the crypto miners, to be cautious with any website shared to them as a blockchain for decentralized digital currency. They disclosed this in a chat with Trust TV on the engagement of Nigerians on crypto mining using their mobile phones without measuring the risk involved. Trust TV's Adamu Imam reports.
Different scholars say the attention of digital currency globally is as a result of the fourth industrial revolution, which they said are destructive in nature. Against this backdrop, a financial expert based in Bauchi, Daniel Paul, expressed concern over the rate at which Nigerians are participating in crypto mining.
So I think it is an alternative way, but I'm scared based on my own opinion, because you see, we had the experience of this blockchain technology. There was one that came the other time, MMM, and suddenly it collapsed. So it is an alternative way for the lazy youth to get money that they don't want to use their own strength or innovative or idea.
Some of the potential digital miners who shared their experiences said despite the challenges involving cryptocurrency, it is better to participate in mining than complaining.
It's the way that can keep our people supplanted to make our safety first. But what our people there try to supposed to do when you are doing their crypto, if you are funding the money according to this crypto, try to find it to make it through your own business. So like even you are doing farming, so when you get money, try to go out to do farming to build our future target. Here I have met a lot of people who became friends. We are meeting so different type of people. And then, it also have pulled people from their crannies where they commit those atrocities back to where people are. It means that people will not longer be doing some secret things there. Even if they are hiding, they will definitely come out to seek information from what most of these things are. Crypto agencies projects. So I think that is credible and then encouraging in this economic crisis.
51 note points. I'm very, very happy about that money that I'm getting from the note coin, and I use that money now. I buy this phone and others and I change my phone. So it's not need people, when you see people as doing something, it's not need to come in to embarrass them without any standard policy. You have to come in and meet them, then you will learn how they are taking, they are doing their things. Maybe you can get this another knowledge.
Expert urge crypto miners to seek knowledge of the trade so as to be properly guided. Adam Imam, Trust TV News, Bauchi.
The Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, on Sunday ordered an immediate suspension of the proposed enforcement of the ECMR initially scheduled to commence on July 29th. The suspension, the IGP said, is to give ample opportunity for mass enlightenment and education of all citizens and residents of the process, benefits and effectiveness in solving the challenge of vehicle-related crimes and protection of individual and corporate vehicle ownership. A statement issued by the police force public relations officer Olumuyiwa Adejobi said following the reconfiguration and commencement of the electronic central motor registration process, the police has deemed it necessary to highlight the benefits and effectiveness of the ECMR initiative, which is designed to ensure the safety and security of all types of vehicle, including motorcycles, by collecting data imputed into the system by vehicle owners and acting on such to flag the vehicles if reported stolen. The ECMR will provide a first-hand database to the force for curbing vehicular crimes, as dedicated officers can access real-time comprehensive data of every vehicle on their tablets. Hafsat Abdulhamid Adebayo, a dedicated female journalist, is currently in the intensive care unit at Jos University Teaching Hospital, battling for her life. She urgently needs 5 million naira for a brain tumor surgery. Hafsat has been ill for at least 4 years. Her elder sister Aisha Abdulhamid explained that despite seeking medical help at the Abubakar Tafawa Balewa University Teaching Hospital, Hafsat's condition has worsened. Last year, she underwent surgery with the support of the Bauchi state government, but now she requires another emergency operation. Aisha shared that Hafsat has been unable to eat, talk, or walk for over a week. Hafsat's illness has profoundly affected her child. She is seeking financial assistance from well-meaning Nigerians for her surgery. For assistance, Hafsat can be reached at 0802 625 7016 or 0903 070 6524, or through her account details, Access Bank 01000 70850. Hafsat Abdulhamid Adebayo. Now to the foreign scene. Kenyan police authorities say the prime suspect arrested over the discovery of mutilated female bodies in a Nairobi rubbish dump had confessed to killing 42 women. Head of the Directorate of Criminal Investigations, Mohammed Amin, said the suspect confessed to have lured, killed and disposed of 42 female bodies at the dumping site. Shortly after announcing his arrest, Amin said they are dealing with a psychopath serial killer who has no respect for human life. He also said a second suspect who was caught with a handset from a victim was also arrested. Acting Inspector General of Police Douglas Kanja said the 33-year-old prime suspect was arrested near a bar and a joint operation by the Directorate of Criminal Investigations and the National Police Service. He said a total of 9 bodies had now been recovered so far, adding that autopsies on the victims will be carried out on Monday. A video posted on social media also showed police presenting several pieces of evidence reportedly linked to the suspected killer since Friday. Mutilated and dismembered bodies, trussed in plastic bags, have been pulled from the rubbish heap in the Mukuru slums in the south of the capital. Police said on Sunday that the 9 that had been recovered were all women. Five people were killed on Sunday in a bombing outside a cafe in Mogadishu. People were watching the European football final between Spain and England on a screen inside the cafe in the Somali capital when a car loaded with explosive blew up outside. The staff member at the coffee shop says customers inside survived. The spokesman for the Somali police confirmed that at least 20 people were injured. It was not immediately clear who was responsible for the attack. Attacks by the Islamic militant group Al-Shabaab are frequently reported in Somalia. The country's government is conducting an offensive against the terrorist organization. With that, we've come to the end of News Update here on Trust TV. Do also follow us across all our social media platforms for more news programs and documentaries. Thanks for watching. I am Lilian Ogazi. Bye for now.